Hey guys, welcome back to IteariTV. My name is Iteri, and in this video, I want to talk about some of the challenges I've faced uh, on this journey of becoming a new planner girly and kind of a new crafter girly. I don't consider myself really a crafter girly, but I love shopping for all the things for sure. You can see that. Um, as we're getting toward the end of the year, I've been doing a lot of reflecting and thinking and kind of rounding up my thoughts of everything that I've done this year, the things I've experimented with, what I've learned, what I'm trying to learn. And I really wanted to talk about the struggles. So, the biggest struggle that I've had while bringing you this like hauling content of what I'm finding and what I'm planning to do with it and what I'm planning to use and like how I'm planning to really dabble in the crafty arts and the planner arts, the biggest issue I've had is terminology. Terminology. Understanding what things are, like what the names of things are and what they even mean. And I have some notes here that I'm looking at, but with the terminology, that second piece of like what these things are and how you even use these things, right? So one of the first things that I heard or saw or heard about people talking about when I was looking at planner videos was washi tape. And I said, what is the washi tape? What is this washi tape? Okay. And I'm like, what are they talking about? And they're all this little decorative tape they were putting on the planners. I was like, oh, it's like decorations, like tape, but cute. And then, I started getting into Wrong Wrong. Wrong Wrong has very elevated sticker books that are very pricey. And she was rolling out like PET tape. And I still don't really understand the difference between PET tape and just clear back stickers. It's just on a tape roll. So I don't understand the difference between the name. But I was like, okay, I was trying to learn what that was. And then like I was learning what planner spreads are. So I was like, oh, so y'all are sitting here decorating your month and your weeks with stickers and we're calling it a planner spread. Okay. And so like I didn't go search for like explain what planning is. Like I just started going down this spiral of watching people do things in their planners and watching people like haul things for their planners and just hearing terms, right? And when I started getting into Ollie's hauling and I started hearing crafters. So the planning community and the crafting community are very neighboring communities to me. They also neighbor the coloring community, the artsy community. So they're all very relative to me. Okay. So when I started hearing crafters talk about the things they talk about, paper pads, and I'm gonna tell you one term that I've just gotten wrong in every video. For some reason, I have called every single thing I've purchased a doily. I don't know why. I don't know why I like that word. I have called everything a doily but a doily. Now, I finally purchased a doily. Let me just pull it out. I finally actually purchased some doilies from Ollie's for $1 by Crate Paper, Maggie Holmes. Okay. I have called these things dollies. I have called dangles doilies. I have called pokey tools doilies. Why? Why do I keep calling everything a doily? It doesn't make sense. It's just a word that's in my head that I'm like, oh, it's a doily. It's not. It's not. And I've had to correct myself on so many videos, like to put like words across the screen. And I don't let myself get embarrassed or feel bad about being on here and saying things wrong and getting terms wrong because I know that I'm new and I let people know like I'm new, like I don't do this for real, like this is not what I do. I'm just trying to dabble and experiment and figure stuff out. But this term right here, this doily, this has been the destruction of me. I don't know why I call everything this, but it's not. And it's spelled DOILIES. But I've so learning the terms, right? Because I didn't know what a pokey tool was. I didn't know what a dangle was, even though like I use purse keychains and all that. But like I learned that anytime you put something decorative on the side of something like a journal or whatever, you can call it a dangle or whatever. The terminology has really been the death of me this year. I have said so many things wrong. I have said so many processes wrong. I have said so many tools wrong. I have gotten things and I have purchased things and not even know didn't even know what they were. I just knew it looked cool and I could probably use it. I didn't even know what they were. And I've had to have people in comments explain, like, what is this that I just purchased? How do I use it? Because I like it. It's pretty, but what do I do with it? So it's the same thing for both communities with me. That terminology, what things are, how to use them, that has been the hardest struggle for me this year. I mean, undoubtedly, like there's no bigger struggle, and it's still a struggle. I'm still learning. Obviously, didn't go to school and read a book about like, oh, this is what you need to know to be a perfect crafter. I'm just watching a bunch of people. And of course, there are very large content creators, who have huge audiences. The Paper Posh Lady is one. Yes, I follow the big names, but I prefer supporting the smaller channels. So that's mainly what I watch. I'm not watching the larger crafty channels every day. I'm watching the smaller creators because I want to support us and I want them to support me. I want us to support each other. I have nothing against the bigger creators. And I admire them for what they do. And I think they're amazing. But when I'm watching YouTube, I'm normally going after smaller channels. So I know that the larger channels explain things, probably break things down. I'm still experimenting and finding who I like and what I like, right? So I would say a third thing, so the terminology and then learning what things are and how to use them, those are like my top two things that kind of go together. The third biggest thing in all of this is learning what kind of crafter, planner, girly I even want to be, or if I even want to be that. Because crafting is a whole sphere of activities. There's sewing, there's making journals, there's card making, there's paper crafting and paper piecing, like piecing together of papers. There's an array of things that you can be and do when you talk about, oh, I'm a crafter. Like my grandmother, she loves sewing and that's a part of crafting, but she's not a paper crafter. Like my mom, she loves sort of decorating tablescapes and entertaining. That's a piece of crafting too, but she's not a paper crafter, a card maker, right? So I'm like, well, what do I even want to really specialize in if I were to specialize in anything? And me specializing in something is a stretch. Okay. So I'm like, what would I even want to focus on? And I'm still not entirely sure. Like, I'm not going to sit and make a card from scratch. I'm going to need a card base and I'm going to use embellishments to put on top of that card, right? So when it comes to card making, I need everything pre-made, right? If I'm going to do a tag flip, I need my tag bases pre-made, right? I'm not going to sit, I do have die cutting machines now, one that was gifted to me and one that I purchased, but I still don't have a strong urge to just die cut a bunch of stuff. Like that's not what I want to sit and do when I'm crafting. I'm not just going to die cut a bunch of stuff. It's something that I will do and dabble in, but that's not like, I'm not trying to paper piece things together, right? So I'm like, what do I want to, because I love coloring and then I love journaling. I love putting pre-made things together. Okay. So like, you guys remember the show Semi-Homemade? I would be semi-craft made. So everything is semi-made and I'm just putting it together. That's the type of person I would want to be in that community. I have seen some people on here do some amazing things. Cornflower crafts, stays, leave it to Lisa. That girl can go. She can go. Leave Lisa Crafts. Goodness. I don't talk about her enough, about her talent. It's a whole bunch of y'all. It's a deal. Like, I love watching all these channels. The talent that you guys have is like, it just comes naturally for you. I'm not that person, right? So figuring out like what it is I really want to do with all of this. Like, I know I love the stickers and I love the paper. I have fallen in love with a lot of the paper that I've purchased. I think I'm actually leaning toward just regular old run-of-the-mill scrapbooking, and because it's easy and I love pictures and I love stickers. So scrapbooking is like a happy medium to where you can use your papers, use your pictures, use your stickers, put stuff together, and you don't have to be like the level of talent where you're like making something from scratch. So I think my happy medium is just, I'm like a scrapbooker planner type of a person, is kind of what I've come to the conclusion of this year. And that'll probably change next year. It's no telling what my mind will be telling me to do next year. No telling what I'll be into. No telling. It's just no telling. Because I wasn't expecting to be into crafting. This channel was never supposed to be about hauls and crafting and planner stuff and scrapbooking. It was never supposed to be that. This channel started off as hair, and I was going to be talking about like my job searching journey And I started it and then stopped, and then started and then stopped. And then for some reason, I got hooked on Ollie's when I started watching Ollie's hauls. And that's when the channel just changed. It shifted. So now like all of my original plans have to go somewhere else. I had pre-made a lot of videos for where I wanted this channel to go. Now they have to go somewhere else. So this was just unexpected. And it's something that I've fallen very much in love with. And I can't even describe, like I said, I can't tell you what kind of crafter I am. I'm leaning towards just a scrapbook or planner type person. And I don't even know what you would call that. But I know I'm not going to sit and just paper piece. And when I say paper piece, I'm literally talking about like putting things on paper together, making things that are made out of paper, putting those embellishments, creating my own like pieces of embellishments to put things together on paper. That is a very intricate process. I've seen so many people make so many cards and tags and other things with paper that I know I will never be able to make. That's not even something I desire to learn. So I know I'm not going to be that person, but I am in a happy medium between somewhere. Okay. So that's the third biggest thing, is trying to figure out what kind of crafter I want to be. The hardest things for me, one of the hardest things for me, even though I love planners and being able to write things down in planning. So I would say the fourth thing is doing planner spreads. Like I've gotten to the point, like I've done a lot of planner spreads that I have not shown on this channel because I don't like any of my planner spreads really. I've shown some and then the rest I've just kept to myself. And I noticed that as I started, I love stickers, but I noticed that as I started doing planner spreads, it was not making me happy. I'm like, I'm not relaxed like I first was doing this. This is just starting to stress me out. I didn't like it. But when I started recovering or repurposing planners and stickering over things, I loved that. That made me happy. Like taking stickers and just putting them over labels that were already there and repurposing journals and planners, that made me happy. So I don't even know what that's called because I was like, okay, I like doing that better than trying to make my own, figure out my own layout with stickering, right? So I'm just learning different things as I'm playing around with my materials and supplies. And it's just been a very interesting journey, you know, using the tools, measuring and cutting. So these are other things I don't like when it comes to measuring, cutting, figuring out, slicing things up. That's when I'm like, no, y'all be on the how-to tutorials talking about we need a 3/4 this, 5/8 this, 6 by 6, 8 by 8. You lost me. I don't like it. So the measuring, the cutting, that's, I'm like, I'm not a real deal crafter. It has to be semi-made for me. Now I have purchased some things from American Crafts that'll help me like punch out certain sizes of things so I don't have to do the hard part. And I do have a lot of cutters, a lot of paper cutters. I will be doing a roundup of my favorite tools that I've purchased. So it's not like I don't have what I need. It's just like, I just don't like to do certain things. Okay. So let's talk about two other things, and I think that'll wrap this up. So when filming so I've had some interesting, struggles, I guess you could say, when trying to film these like craft related hauls and videos, the packaging. So I learned very quickly, open your packaging before you start recording, because the packaging of these craft materials is not to be trifled with. Okay, you don't want to be messing with stickers and paper pads and stuff before you turn on that camera. Everything needs to be open. So I learned that lesson real quick. That's when I carry with me. And organization and storage. Bet y'all want to know where I'm putting everything I've been buying. I bet you would like to know. I have a separate storage now that I have transferred a lot of the clothes that I have, but now a lot of the craft items that I have. My overall goal is to one day have a store where I'm going to destash and resell a lot of things that I've purchased, because I've purchased multiples of a lot of things. I've been giving a lot away, and I love giving away, but eventually I do want a store. And so I've kind of started stacking up in inventory in a separate storage, and that has helped me. My craft room still looks like a mess right now. It's a jungle right now with all the stuff that I want to keep. And I'm sitting in my craft room, but I have hidden the hurricane. Okay. So I'm still organizing. I'm still learning what I like for storage, for organization, where to put things. That has been a huge struggle. And I think that's just a struggle for everyone. It's like, where do I put all this stuff? Because you want to purchase while things are hot, while things are on sale, because we don't know when we're going to run across this time again with having all of these crafty sales, especially with places like Ollie's. Like, we don't know how long this is going to last. And if it will ever happen again. So it's like you want to stock up, but you're going to run out of room. So then you got to figure out a solution quick because you're going to have like a mountain of craft supplies around you. So I would say the storage and organization, the packaging, opening that up when filming. I have had to deal with a few negative comments that I've been able to take down immediately before anyone actually sees them. So, you know, people have said some rude things, but they never made it to like the public comments because I catch them so quick because I'm watching my comments like a hawk for that negativity. I don't play that. So I have faced that a little bit, but that doesn't bother me because it's like people, how do you have time to be negative towards someone you don't even know? I'm not bothering you. You know, you chose to click on my video. You come across here acting a fool, talking outside of your lip. I'm not going to answer you. I'm just going to block you. That's it. Right. So, but that's with every YouTube channel, not just this YouTube channel, but I know that sometimes people may look at me a certain way because I don't know what I'm doing, you know, and I am new and I'm trying to experiment with these things and I am purchasing things that I don't fully understand sometimes. And so I already was expecting some negativity to come from that just because people are mean. People can be very mean. But they got the right one today, honey, because that block button, I hit it quick. I just smile and hit it quick because what you gonna do? You ain't paying none of my bills, you know. So I care less what you're saying about me. But just keep it real positive on everybody's YouTube channel, y'all. Be nice, be kind. It's a very hard time to live in America right now, and we just all need to be kind to one another. So I have faced that. That has been a minor struggle, but not a huge struggle. Like I've caught it before any of it really hits for other people to see. And I want to keep it very clean. If you're a new crafter, let me know some of your questions that you're having, some of your concerns, like how you feel about all this. Are you buying supplies and stashing them away and wondering what you're going to do with them? Junk journaling is something I also want to get into, but I feel like that's going to end up like the planner spread thing. Cause I'm gonna look at that journal and be like, I don't like nowhere where I put any of these stickers. See, there's so many facets of crafting and journaling and planning that you can get into. And that's a beautiful thing. But it's like finding what you like. Like, what do you like? So tell me what you like in the comments. Tell me what kind of crafter you are. Tell me how long you've been planning if you're a planner. Tell me how long you've been crafting if you're a crafter. Just talk to me about, like, are you having any of the struggles I'm having? I know I'm not the only new crafter of 2025. Like, I know I can't be the only one. That doesn't make any sense. Everybody and their mama ain't been crafting since they were born. Okay. So I'm not the only one of me that exists. So I would love to hear your struggles and what you're dealing with and what you're learning. And if you watch the hauls and love all the pro crafters, watch what they do. You know, I just love for you to talk to me about your experiences because I'm often wondering, like the people I follow are pros. Like they know what they're doing. They don't look at things the same way I look at things. So I'm always looking for people like me, like who else is out there that's like me, that's like confused sometimes, you know, like what are y'all doing? So like, if you are like me, let me know. I would love to talk to you. I feel like we need a support group. So, yeah, thank you for listening. If you made it to the end of the video, go ahead and put some dollar signs in the comments because I love to shop. I shop on both of my channels. Go on over and follow me on Praise Shop Cruise. There will be some hauls coming on over there soon as I try to get back into the groove of creating content over there. And I appreciate you guys. I'll see you real soon. Bye.